The phone call apparently wasn't long, just about 20 minutes, but a senior Ukrainian official says the chat between Volodymyr Zelensky and Donald Trump went very well. It's been more than 3 years since Russia's unprovoked attack on Ukraine, and after Thursday's call, Trump in his social media posts and Zelensky in his nightly address made clear they want to see an immediate, unconditional 30-day ceasefire.
Щойно говорив з президентом Трампом.
Ukraine is ready for a complete ceasefire immediately for 30 days of silence. We need Russia to demonstrate their readiness, their willingness to end this war.
Trump went a little further, saying that both Ukraine and Russia would be held accountable for what he called the sanctity of the negotiations. And he said if the ceasefire was not respected, the U.S. and its partners would impose further sanctions. That would suggest that the Trump administration may be ready to work with Western allies again to impose more sanctions on Russia. Back in March, the U.S. and Ukraine agreed on this same 30-day plan, but Russia said there needed to be mechanisms in place to assure the conditions of the ceasefire. Critics said Russia was stalling. The Kremlin denies that. Trump has long blamed Zelensky and Ukraine for Russia's attack. More recently, frustrated by the pace of negotiations, he threatened to withdraw entirely. But just lately, he and his team have been sounding more frustrated with Russia and President Vladimir Putin.
So I wouldn't say that the Russians are uninterested in bringing this thing to a resolution. What I would say is right now, the Russians are asking for a certain set of requirements, a certain set of concessions in order to end the conflict. We think they're asking for too much.
A former diplomat in Trump's first term says the shift is clear.
Now that the U.S. and Ukraine are really aligned, it exposes how Putin is simply not willing to end the war. And this is, a reason why it's time for President Trump to ramp up the pressure on Putin.
A 3-day ceasefire declared by Vladimir Putin to mark the anniversary of the end of World War II is supposedly in effect, but no one is banking on that holding. Andy Roesgen, TRT World.